Good evening. Welcome to EBU Training Assembly 2010. Now we're welcoming Mr. Rune Haug from Norway, from NRK. Welcome, Rune.
Thank you.
To Barcelona, to the EBU Training Assembly 2010.
Thank you, Mireille.
Thank you. So you now just spoke about your work in NRK, and it was about sport, no? So what can you tell us about that?
Well, I was invited here to tell about how sports in general, the sports department, and also other departments can learn from top athletes within sports. And there are a lot of things that you as a journalist can learn from a top athlete. Because a lot of people say that they would like to be the best, but not so many actually do what that takes to be the best. You have to sacrifice a lot to get to to become successful. You need to do a lot of hard work.
Okay, and what do you think is the role of the PSB in the new communication and technological environment?
Well, the public broadcasters are there for the people. So the public broadcasters have to be there in the media channels where the people are. So when a lot of people are now on Facebook, the media has to be there. When a lot of people are using Twitter, they have to be there. And the public broadcaster all the way have to adapt to the new media market. Things are changing very fast. 5 years ago, nobody knew about Facebook. What will happen in 5 years from now, we don't know. Something new will come, and the public broadcaster have to be where the audience are, and the public broadcasters also have to deliver content that fits the new medias.
Okay, perfect. Because now talking about that, about new technologies, in this way it is affected for sure in the work of PHB. So talking about youth, about new technologies, what do you think, how can PSB serve youth or the young audience?
Well, first and foremost, the public broadcasters have to make content especially for the young audience. A lot of people working for the public broadcasters are men in their mid-50s that thought that 20 years ago was much better than today. They have to adapt to the reality, and they have to make sure that all the public broadcasters have to publicize a lot more interesting quality content to the youth public, both on TV, on radio, and on web.
Okay, perfect. And you know that, as we know that EBU offers workshops and training for professionals on media. So, in your opinion, what should be the profile of professional in the media today, and also what should be the competence of a professional in communication today?
Well, the first and most important for a professional within media is to have the knowledge and the ability to they have to have knowledge about what they are working with, and they have to have the ability to change within the development within the media market.
And as we are having the EBU Training Assembly in the university, and right now we are in the University of Journalism and Faculty of Journalism, do you want to tell, maybe to advise students, what can you tell them about to be a good journalism?
To be a good journalism? Well, I can tell there are three important factors you have to fulfill. First, you need to want to be best in what you're doing. You need to try and reach your own potential. And that's an easy thing to say, but it's not so easy to actually do. So you have to sacrifice a lot if you would like to be the best. You have to focus a lot. So if you would really like to be the best, which you should, you have to do what it takes to become the best. Success doesn't come to you, you have to go to it. That's the number one.
First one.
Number two, you have to have passion, and you have to find joy in what you're doing. If you're a journalist student and you don't find this funny or you don't find joy, then stop your studies and try and do something else. It's important to become a good journalist that you have some fun now and then. You have to have passion about your work. And number 3, you have to dare to make mistakes. You have to go outside your comfort zone. You have to try and do things you don't feel competent to. By doing mistakes, by daring to do mistakes, you get better.
Perfect, thank you. Okay, so the last point, media literacy, it's right now it's central for the EU. I know that Norway is not apart from EU, but maybe for you, for your country, you are working on this theme too. So what can you tell us about that?
Well,
The importance of it for and the role of PHB in the promotion of this issue.
I think it's very important for every democratic country to have a public broadcaster where the fight for democracy and freedom is the most important issues. If you only have commercial broadcasters, you have only broadcasters that are first and foremost interested in making money. If you have a public broadcaster, they hopefully are more concerned about using their money in the best possible way for the people and to enlighten the people. And the danger is that the commercial stations are getting more and more and more and more money, and it's more and more difficult for the public broadcasters to cope with that and to compete with that. And that's why it's important for all public broadcasters to talk about these issues with their politicians, with their government, with their people.
Okay. Thank you very much, Rune.
Thank you, Mireille.
Wish you have a very joyful stay in Barcelona, and hope to see you the next assembly. Thank you very much.